Hi, I'm Mystery Manilove. I think science gives meaning and purpose to our lives. I think it gives us both. It gives us an ability to figure out something that we normally would not be able to do in the physical world. For example, jet engines, transportation, modes of transportation and whatnot. Religion doesn't have any vehicle of a sort. It's all emotional. It's all inside your head. I don't think religion gives us any purpose other than to go after this celestial dictatorship that somebody proclaims that actually does exist when in fact there's very little or no evidence for it. The point that the thing that Sam Harris points out is religion can persuade anybody to do anything by means of the supernatural, which is very disturbing. Supernatural explanation. For example, an angel from God persuaded me to kill these people and whatnot. Some people say, well, oh, that's not God, that's the devil. And it's like, how do you know? How do you know that it's the devil's work? For example, if somebody runs up to a bus and slits everybody's throat in Canada and said, well, I was inspired by God, who's to say that it wasn't God that he was talking to? Who's to say it was a devil that he was talking to? Irrelevant. It doesn't matter. The point is, he found some supernatural way, supernatural means to excuse himself from the crime he was about to commit. Same thing with genital mutilation, same thing with suicide bombers. Suicide bombers are entirely religious, and so are genital mutilators. Christopher Hitchens brings up this very point. It takes science to find something miraculous, but for something supernatural and a non-explanation, that takes religion. That takes religion. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all religions are equal or bad or whatever, because definitely the Muslim community and Islam is a lot worse than, say, oh, I don't know, Christianity and, Buddhism or whatever. But I will say that during World War II, Sam Harris gives this example in the book, you can make even the most pacifist people, Zen Buddhists, monks, were telling people they were justifying the suicide bombings after Pearl Harbor. During and after Pearl Harbor. I mean, these were sermons given by Zen Buddhist monks, the most peaceful people. So yes, by religion, you can make the most peaceful people commit the most horrendous atrocities. And, with science, yeah, we can explain this phenomena of, our brain chemicals, these feelings arising in us. I get the same spiritual experience from listening to music. Maybe a piece like Peter Murphy's "Cuts You Up" is a song that I get a great feeling from every time I hear it. It could be classical music, but I find classical music boring. I'm just saying that spiritual feeling, yeah, it is innate in us, and if we didn't have it, we wouldn't be able to procreate. We wouldn't get any, we wouldn't be able to get pleasure out of life, if you will. So yes, I can see that, but at the same time, you don't need religion to get that feeling. You don't need that to be awe-inspired. You can look at a waterfall, a mountain, or whatever it may be. Yes, they can be randomly triggered. You don't know what's going to trigger it. Maybe it's the pleasure of, I don't know, flying. Flying might give you that pleasure. I don't know what it is. You know, everybody has their own, you know, to each his own. They have different things in them that trigger the feelings that arise. They release the chemicals that you talk about. So, I mean, yeah, spiritual experiences, I guess, would exist, but you don't need a religion to believe it. Well, that's the best I can do, and I doubt you can do any better than that. So, I mean, like I said, you don't really need a religion in order to have those feelings, and that's my main point. If you don't need religion to explain things to you. You don't need religion to say, oh, well, I need to be humanitarian. No, I think it's innate in us. I think it, as Christopher Hitchens points out, you know, I think if the Jewish people, before they got to Mount Sinai, thought, before the Ten Commandments were made for them, I think it would be absurd to think that murder, coveting with somebody else's wife, and perjury were not kosher after all. It's like, what? No way! I can't murder somebody and feel bad about it? I mean, come on, honestly. I mean, religion doesn't answer questions about morality. It does not. It doesn't address other questions like genocide, rape, you know, all these other things, slavery. It addresses all these things, but I mean, it does not say you can't commit them. So where was God on that? That's the big question. You don't need religion to have a spiritual experience. Thank you.